Next, under old business, we have the Fish Lake Interchange Programmatic Agreement. As we had heard from the landowners, this is a item that has been ongoing for a number of years and discussed off and on for a number of years. The latest version that everybody received was a draft version dated August 25th that everybody should have received both an email and hard copy back in September of '08. And this version that you have, or that was in front of you at that time, which is the version that's now being presented, this has been approved and accepted by Federal Highways, by the Army Corps of Engineers, by the Illinois State Historic Preservation Officer, the Illinois Department of Transportation, and this is also the same copy that our attorney had looked at, both of our attorneys, and previously the previous drafts of this were put together by yet a third attorney. So I would like to see us move forward with this. This has been going on for a long time. I've had some questions as to whether or not this is tied to the Columbia Crossing development. It is not. If you look at the verbiage of the programmatic agreement, it talks about an area of potential effect, or what they refer to as an APE, and that is the geographical area that the programmatic agreement is addressing in this document. In a nutshell, this document is how the city and developer will handle archaeological issues should they arise during development within this APE. And it is the next step in what has to be passed before we can move to the next step for building an interchange down along 255. So are there any questions? Alderman Ogden?
It's been over a year since this has been voted on. I have it in August of 2007, Columbia Crossing programmatic memorandum here. And again, I wrote here, defeated again. I think this was voted on 3 times at the regular meetings and defeated 3 times. And I think we had as I was beginning to recall all the events that took place, we did have a subcommittee meeting, and because I kept remembering it had been passed, but it had been passed in a subcommittee meeting, and when it came before the full council at the regular meeting, it was defeated again. But I was going to have an OPZ meeting because this is just kind of a refresher course as to what's going on. But I think if I ask these questions that I have, and was going to bring up at that meeting, if we can get answers tonight, we'll see if we need that meeting or not. One of my questions I have is, due to the time lapse for over a year, has anything changed, or any clauses or any recommendations from attorneys? Does anyone have that knowledge?
Absolutely not. To my knowledge, in the last conversation we had with both of our attorneys said that it would actually be advantageous for the city to pass this.
Okay, and the latest document I have is August 25th, 2008. That's the one that will be deleted.
Correct.
Okay. How does the lawsuit affect the PA? I wanted to find that out.
Absolutely none at all. I spoke with IDOT, and since I said before, it addresses the area of potential effect. It does not address the actual development. So whether you've got Columbia Crossing LLC, ABC developer, or yet a third party that comes in to develop that area to build that interchange, and that's what this is tied on, is the Fish Lake Road interchange. To build that interchange, all of these bodies that I discussed are requiring this programmatic agreement to be put in place.
Okay, I might be repetitious here, but these were the questions I was lining up for that meeting. The attorneys, do they still endorse passing the memorandum according to the August 25th date?
The last I spoke with them, yes.
Okay, this is strictly for archaeological protection,
Correct.
and there's no cost to taxpayers.
None whatsoever. Actually, per the previous agreement we had with the developer, should we pass this, we would actually get $350,000.
This is my last question. statement. Is the PA an agreement that is in general for the property and not dependent upon a specific developer? In other words, whether it is the present developer or new developer does not make a difference. It's strictly to the land.
Correct. That's a correct statement.
And then I can remember at the last meeting, one of the questions I didn't go over it, and I asked Jay, I said, you know, why would we not want to pass this because it protects the heritage of the area? And I think, you know, something must have come up and he didn't have a chance to get back to me. I just wanted, you know, why would we not want to pass this because it protects the heritage of the area?
I think on the last time that it was delayed, one of the questions was whether or not the tribes had been notified. Not only have they been notified, but if you look on the second page, the fourth whereas down, they've actually invited the tribes to be a party in the PA, which means they will.
Why, hold on. I got that on the second page.
Whereas, page 2, the fourth whereas down, FHWA invited, and it lists the names of the tribes to actually be a party in the PA.
They would definitely get a copy of this.
Absolutely.
And I suppose there's a representative from each one of these groups that have on file.
Yeah, well, we don't. FHWA, see, all of the, since the tribes are handled in agreements between the federal government and the tribes, local government and state government pretty much stays out of it. That's why if you notice FHWA, the Federal Highway, is the one that's talking with the tribes, and they have the contact people. They are the ones that will keep in touch with the tribes. Up to this point, it's always been IDOT and FHWA that have communicated with the tribes accordingly.
Speaking of federal highway, are we gonna pursue a federal highway bill for the interchange?
If we can.
I mean, because the next one, if I'm right, I think the next one's due 2012.
Oh, as far as federal funding through the
Right.
state?
Right.
Oh,
I mean, we lost out on it to DuPont, but that doesn't mean we can apply for
Oh, absolutely.
another one. And I mean, I think we should be pursuing that, because if we can get the Federal Highway Administration to pay for the interchange, it just makes it a lot more attractive to
Absolutely.
taxpayer.
Whenever we've been asked for stimulus money or anything, we've always shown that the Fish Lake interchange is close to shovel ready. It's just about any interchange out there.
But, I mean, if that's what we're gonna do, we need to pursue it. If
Absolutely.
we're gonna pass these other things.
Absolutely. Alderman.
Just to follow up with Dan, it's almost like we're going back 5 years, a week ago, because I asked the same question, why can't the feds pay for that out there?
Delightful.
And I was
Alderman Snow?